Hello, science fans! Welcome back to Science Fun with Austin. I did a chair upgrade a while ago and noticed a subtle difference in the labeling on the chairs and decided to investigate a little bit more about what that means. So we have the old chair here, a couple of lasers, and some matches. Let's see what we find out. Alright, so one of the purposes of flame retardants is to make sure that if something on fire happens to touch it, that it just kind of smolders and doesn't light up. Let's see how it goes. And this one is actually performing pretty much as advertised. You see it's kind of smoldering, but it's not really taking off. Oh, there it goes. Still kind of slow though. Should probably put this out now. Alright here, so we're going to go see how the flame affects the material. You can see that, it's not taking off really fast. It's starting to burn the kind of the outer fabric layer. It doesn't really look like too much of the foam cushion in the chairs is going. So and there's not a whole ton of smoke coming off. So to some extent this is performing as intended. Okay, so we've done a few tests here, and you see in almost all of them, the outer fabric did start to burn a little bit. You have a little bit of it's almost like the foam melted a little bit, but it doesn't look like very much of the foam is actually, cushion of the chair is actually charred. Apparently the flame retardant material is primarily in the foam, and it seems to work. Okay, so now we have the newer chair, which says that it does not contain added flame retardant chemicals. Let's see if the overall behavior is any different. Looks like the surface is actually still doing a decent job of keeping it from lighting. Wow! It actually put out the match. Just kind of melted and covered it over. Alright, take 3. This time we're going to up the ante a little bit. See if we can melt through that initial layer. We got a touch of smoke coming out of there. But more or less the same effect. Looks like the material selection has kind of overcome the lack of an added flame retardant. Okay, so with the infrared laser stabilized and hitting the chair, you can see a good spot and a definite curl of smoke coming up. And the chair definitely absorbs infrared. It's hard to get a lock on that little spot, but we're getting occasional pips above 160. Alright, we'll repeat the experiment with the blue laser and see if that has any different effect on the chair. Looks like you can see smoke coming off of there already. You get a good initial puff of smoke when the blue laser starts going. It's a little less dramatic than the infrared, but the chair does a good job, like it did last time, of just kind of smoldering and not actually catching on fire, even though it has a single hot spot. It takes kind of a lot of sustained heat, like a match flame, to really get the mesh going, and even that doesn't light the foam on fire. There's a pretty good hot spot. The blue spot is actually a little bit smaller than the infrared, so it's hard to get a true reading, but you can definitely see the chairs getting heated up. Okay, so now we have the new chair material, and we're subjecting it to the blue laser. You can see it's already made a few marks. Okay, and you can definitely see that this material absorbs blue laser light, and it definitely is smoking. But I don't think the laser has managed to set the underlying cushion on fire. Alright, let's see how the infrared laser does on the new chair. Oh wow, look at that pleather go. That lit up almost instantly. But even though you can see the smoke coming out, it's not spreading into a flame. Alright, wow. So when we hit the main cushion, that just goes up right away. You get a nice puff of smoke from that. But again, it seems to melt through the surface, but not really burn into the cushion very far. So we can kind of make smoke signals, but we're not really lighting a whole lot on fire here. You can definitely see that we're heating that surface material up. Again, the spot is a little bit hard to hit with our FLIR sensor. Alright, science fans, I think we've taken a pretty good look at how effective the flame retardant properties of both these chairs are. And on the odd chance your chairs happen to get hit with lasers, we've seen what will happen. It looks like you don't have to worry if you see a chair that has the no chemical added tag. If they pick the right materials, they can pick a chair that will still work. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time, science fans.